1972 was a year when rock didn't just play. It roared. Guitar riffs sliced through the air, voices screamed defiance, and songs weren't just music. They were an attitude. From stadium anthems to epic journeys, these 10 tracks captured a raw energy that still hits you decades later. Let's dive into the rock that changed everything.
We all came out to Montreux on a lake.
Every guitarist knows the opening riff of Smoke on the Water, but few know the story behind it. Deep Purple were recording in Montreux, Switzerland, when a casino fire broke out during a Frank Zappa concert. Watching the smoke drift over Lake Geneva, they channeled that chaos into a riff that became immortal. The song starts simple, just a few notes, but explodes into one of the most iconic guitar moments in history. It wasn't just about the music. It was about surviving chaos and turning it into art. The lyrics tell the story with a punchy, almost cinematic feel, making the listener feel like they're witnessing the fire themselves. And that riff, every note seems to echo that adrenaline. Smoke on the Water wasn't just a hit. It became a rite of passage for anyone picking up a guitar and dreaming of rock immortality.
Got no choice. All the girls and boys.
Schools Out captured teenage rebellion like no other song in 1972. From the first line, no more pencils, no more books. It shouts freedom, but Alice Cooper twisted it into something darker and chaotic. It's not just about summer break. It's about breaking rules, laughing at authority, and claiming your space. The pounding drums, a wild guitar, and Cooper's snarling voice made it feel dangerous and fun at the same time. Kids and adults alike connected to that energy. It didn't just climb the charts. It became an anthem and live. It transformed into a theatrical spectacle, with Alice pushing the shock rock envelope to its limits. Even decades later, hearing that opening riff makes you feel that rush of defiance again, like sneaking out past curfew or skipping class to chase your own adventures. School's Out is a soundtrack of rebellion, pure and unapologetic. Tumbling Dice is the Rolling Stones in their purest laid-back, yet dangerously sexy form. The groove hits immediately, like a slow-motion swagger across a smoky bar. Mick Jagger's vocals are playful but full of mischief, hinting at risk, temptation, and charm. The lyrics tell stories of chance and love lost and found, but it's the rhythm that hooks you, that makes you sway without even realizing it. Keith Richards' guitar cuts through with that sly, unforgettable tone, making every chord feel alive. Released in 1972 on Exile on Main Street, the track proved the Stones could still reinvent themselves while keeping that raw blues rock heartbeat. It's the kind of song that doesn't just play. It breathes, invites you to move, and makes the night feel electric. Every listen feels like stepping into their world, a mix of danger, cool and rock, and roll confidence that never fades.
Waiting in the sky, told us not to blow it, 'cause he knows it's all worthwhile.
Starman arrived like a beam of cosmic light in 1972. Bowie's voice floats above the shimmering guitar and piano, telling the story of a mysterious figure reaching out to a generation that felt lost. It's glamorous, futuristic, and full of hope, a beacon for misfits and outsiders. The chorus hooks instantly, but it's the way Bowie layers emotion over melody that makes it unforgettable. On top of the pops, when he appeared in a glittery suit with Ziggy's Stardust persona, he didn't just perform a song. He created a moment in history. Teenagers and young adults suddenly had a hero who looked, sang, and moved differently, and it made them feel like anything was possible. Starman wasn't just glam rock. It was a lifeline, a spark, a daring invitation to dream bigger. Every note invites you to look up at the stars and imagine a world that's wide open and full of possibilities. Mott the Hoople were on the brink of giving up until David Bowie handed them a lifeline. All the young dudes. The song hit like a lightning bolt, raw and themic and brimming with swagger. Its chorus was impossible to ignore, a shout of defiance that made outsiders feel seen. Lyrics about youth, rebellion, and individuality wrapped in a glam rock shell gave an edge that resonated instantly. It was a comeback song, a party, and a rallying cry all at once. On stage, the energy was electric. Fans would sing along with fists in the air. Bowie's influence gave it polish. But the heart belonged to the band, channeling frustration, excitement, and hope into every note. All the Young Dudes wasn't just a hit. It became a cultural moment, defining glam rock and immortalizing a year where rock became a movement, loud and unashamed. If you want rock in its rawest form, rock and roll delivers it in spades. Born from the energy of Zeppelin's live jams, the song is a furious, joyous homage to the genre that started it all. The opening drum hit feels like a call to arms. John Bonham's pounding beats and Jimmy Page's electrified guitar riffs push adrenaline straight to your chest. Robert Plant's vocals soar with excitement, capturing the spirit of rock and roll without overthinking it. It's fast, loud, and unrelenting, yet there's a playful charm, like the band is daring you to keep up. It's a celebration of music itself, reminding everyone why they picked up a guitar or turned on a record in the first place. Every time it plays, you feel that pulse of freedom, the electricity of early rock, and the sheer joy of what happens when a band lets loose without holding back. By 1972, Black Sabbath were already pushing the boundaries of heavy metal, and Supernaut proved they weren't slowing down. The opening riff hits like a freight train, announcing the song's intensity from the first second. Ozzy's voice carries menace and charisma, riding the heavy rhythms that Tony Iommi constructs with a mix of precision and fury. Lyrically, it's about breaking free, about reaching new heights, and the sense of controlled chaos makes it thrilling. The song combines technical skill with raw aggression, showing that Sabbath could be both experimental and intensely heavy at the same time. Every riff feels like a punch, every drum hit a heartbeat of power. Supernaut isn't just music, it's an experience, the kind that leaves your chest vibrating long after it ends, the kind that makes heavy metal feel alive, dangerous, and exhilarating.
Close to the edge, down by a river.
Close to the Edge is an epic journey that redefined what rock could be. Clocking in at over 18 minutes, the song flows like a river, moving through complex sections without losing the listener. Steve Howe's guitar weaves in and out with intricate patterns, while John Anderson's soaring voice gives an almost spiritual lift. The band blends moments of quiet reflection with explosive crescendos, creating a soundscape that feels both grand and intimate. This wasn't music you could just passively listen to. You had to be fully present. It challenges, it mesmerizes, and it rewards patience. When it ends, you feel like you've traveled somewhere far beyond your living room. In 1972, few bands dared to push the boundaries like Yes, and Close to the Edge remains a pinnacle of progressive rock, proving that rock could be complex, ambitious, and absolutely mesmerizing all at once.
The poet and the painter casting shadows on the water as the sun.
Jethro Tull went all in with Thick as a Brick, releasing a single continuous track that dominated an entire album. It's playful, satirical, and complex all at once, blending rock, folk, and classical motifs. Ian Anderson's flute dances over heavy guitars and shifting rhythms, giving the song an unpredictability that keeps you hooked. The lyrics are clever and critical, poking fun at society and challenging listeners to pay attention. It's not just music, it's an experience, one that rewards active listening. For fans in 1972, it felt like a rebellion against cookie-cutter radio hits, a statement that rock could be art, commentary, and fun simultaneously. Despite its length and complexity, it grabs you immediately, proving that ambition and creativity could coexist with sheer musical enjoyment. Thick as a Brick remains one of the boldest and most memorable experiments in rock history.
The sugar plum fairy waiter came and hit the street. What? Looking for...
Walk on the Wild Side feels like a midnight stroll to the underbelly of 1970s New York. Lou Reed narrates stories of outsiders, hustlers, and dreamers with a deadpan coolness that pulls you in immediately. The bass line is smooth, hypnotic, and the backing vocals contrast perfectly with Reed's calm delivery, creating an unforgettable groove. It's edgy, taboo, and cinematic at the same time. The song doesn't need to scream to command attention. It whispers, stories unfolding in subtle, compelling ways. In 1972, this track brought the underground to mainstream, introducing listeners to characters and experiences rarely explored in rock music. Its legacy is enormous. It's not just a song, it's a glimpse into a world that is vibrant, risky, and fascinating. Every note, every word feels alive, capturing the daring spirit of rock when it was at its most fearless. These 10 songs didn't just define 1972, they define rock itself. From epic journeys to raw riffs and shocking energy, they pushed boundaries and inspired generations. If you want to feel the power, the rebellion, and the creativity of rock at its peak, these tracks are the ultimate proof